Hello there, it's Private Yorkie here, back from the front. It's crazy out there. Back from Mad Max, so it's been taken off channel. Anyway, I'm back with another of Yorkie's big adventures. This time, we're heading out to Vagrus again. Y'all like that when Trader Yorkie ran it, but he screwed up. So I'm off out to be a merchant adventurer. Because I do adventure. He don't. He should stay behind the counter, to be honest. Now then, new game. Wasteland.
Yes.
No, we don't need your stories. Create Vagrus. Now we need to see what we want to be. Let's start by making sure we're an adventurer. Survival, tough. Yeah, that's good. Let's see what they say. Taj Mahal, human Taj Mahal. Taj Mahal, the land of endless rain. Hey, that could be Yorkie's here. That could. Occupies the northeastern peninsula of the continent of Riven, cut off from most other regions by vast mountain ranges and dense jungles. Its people, the Taj Mahans, are the descendants of ancient Zenrak, having lived mostly in fractured tribal communities since the old empire's fall. Taj Mahal was miraculously spared from the calamity, yet magical anomalies and mutants did enter its boundaries afterwards. Several centuries ago, a clan of Taj Mahal sorceresses rose to rule the land from 3 city-states on the coast. The Empire has made several attempts to colonize Taj Mahal, but it has proved impossible as of yet. Taj Mahals are often athletic and possess incredible stamina, but are considered savages by others. Dark-skinned and dark-haired. Well, I'm not, but that's okay. Survival, tough, and jade figurine. Don't know what jade figurine does. Could fetch quite a price, so let's sell it. Arcane, strong-minded, no. Valuation, tough, no. Dexterous, perceptive, no. Mighty and tough, maybe, but I don't think so. Dexterous, perceptive. Intimidation, Outer Realms, perceptive. I think we're going to go for Taj Mahal. And adventurer. Survival and resourcefulness. Mercenary. You are a seeker of knowledge in new places. Not mercenary, explorer. Someone who delves into ancient ruins and dangerous locations to find treasures, artifacts, and all secrets. Calling is seeker to survive in the wilderness and starts with a larger specialised crew, which results in higher upkeep. Oh, that's not good. No, we're not going to go that one then. So we'll stick with trader, I guess. Evaluate traverse. Slaves, workers, etc., etc. That'll work. And it's free play, of course. Right, we got traverse. What's survival? We're at 2 on survival. We got resourcefulness 4. If we do that, we lose all our insights. I don't want to do that. We're tough. Perceptive, maybe. Or savvy. Not very charismatic, me, to be honest. Now, if we do this, it's 4 insight. We don't want to lose that many. Be slow. Evaluate. We will use 2 there because we want to know price of things. Herblore from wandering the wilderness. Let's see. Persuasion's useful. Skulker? No. Navigation, yes. 3 more. Hunting, yes. Let's do that. Private Yorkie. There we are.
Curious, curious. I am humbled to have made your acquaintance, good master. I am sure that many great adventures await you on your journeys. It was an honor talking to you, good master, but these old bones are aching, and I must rest now. Oh, yes. Perhaps we will talk in the morning. Perhaps we will. May the gods guard your sleep.
Sleep slowly but steadily begins to overwhelm you. It is a late hour, the exhausting journey, or the mesmerizing voice of the old man. You fail to recall stumbling to your tent, crawling inside, and then only darkness. Morning creeps up quietly on the arid wasteland. You wake up and step out of your tent, into crisp air, yawning, stretching, and blinking in the orange light of the rising sun. The fiery orb's warm rays are welcome, in stark contrast to how you all will feel in a few hours. Your crew, groggy still after an early start, shambles around camp, busy with their chores. Some of them are still huddled around their dying fires. You look at the horizon to the north and find it empty against the morning haze. Yet you know that beyond that jagged line, the way station of Kernak awaits. A short stop on your way to a proper city, less than a week trudging through the plains, and you reach Torzag's shelter. You hope to rest there and find much needed work. In fact, this was the reason you took the Comitatus north of Terra Supra, the lands beyond, new opportunities. The previous Vagrus of this travelling company perished several weeks ago, and even though you worked for her for only a few months and are indeed quite new to this wandering business, the crew elected you to take her place because you trusted your abilities. What a fool. Morning, Vagrus. One of the guards walks up to you and draws you out of your reverie. That old geezer you talked to last night is about to leave and wants to say goodbye before he does. You nod and head to the campfires. You find the old storyteller in the process of packing his meagre equipment and whistling his tune. You clear your throat discreetly. Thank you for coming, good master, says the old man, still fiddling with his sling bag. I will not go to Torzag's shelter with you. My path leads elsewhere. I am grateful to you for letting me travel with your comitatus, yes, and I hope I've earned my keep. Because he had no coin or anything of value when you came across him in the middle of nowhere 3 days ago, you allowed the old man to travel with you and eat from your stores in exchange for entertaining your crew with stories along the way. And true enough, no hour has passed since, without a tale being recited by that strange fellow. He even made an effort to entertain you while sitting at your campfire last night. Be that as it may, you allowed him to tag along as an act of kindness. The old man turns to you and smiles innocently. I may be able to repay you more properly by giving some advice, yes? If you don't mind me saying, good master, you are only starting on your venture to Vagrus, and perhaps you could use some wisdom. Yeah, go ahead. I'll listen. Alright, first off, there's a lot of rumours going around in the city as great as Grim Torzag. But even in smaller settlements too, listen to these, for there's often truth to such talk, and gossips can guide you to business opportunities, valuables, or interesting places. Often fresh news is the most valuable commodity you can possess, especially until you have a sizable cargo hold to haul large amounts of goods across the wasteland. If I were you, I'd find some work as soon as possible, preferably something your crew can manage without much difficulty. Perhaps one of them trading houses. You could also find some passengers who are willing to pay for the security of your comitatus can provide, yes? Almost every man's here spoke looking for travelling companions. The old man scratches his scraggly beard thoughtfully. Before setting out, it is best to decide what your destination will be and prepare accordingly. Wandering around aimlessly in the wasteland is sure to get killed, or to starve, good master. Yet one's chances are better when the burden can be shared with trusted companions. I start looking for such folks in a big, as soon as I'm in a big city. There's a man I know in Torzag now, that I think about it, who could help you with such matters and more. Well, I'm listening. The chap is called Braxius. Strange fellow, really, not only because of his peculiar lineage. You'll see. He runs a shop. Yes, he'll buy any trinket off you that you do not need any longer. He may sell you something too. Who knows? I'm just remembering now. He once sold a Gavrian wood talisman to an orc mercenary. The old man stops abruptly when he notices the expression on your face. He smiles apologetically. Where was I, good master? Ask him where I can find Braxius. Oh, why, Braxius' shop? Just east of the Calris market, in a small street that has a dark stone statue of Mercatus over a fountain. Best of luck. Erfons be with you, good master. I'd better go now. Thank you. You watch the old man as he walks away alone into the wilderness. His time set out. Thorgzad's shelter is waiting. But before that, it would behoove you to visit Kerneckworth Station. Only about a day's travel to the north. You could obtain much needed supplies and news there. Maybe find work too, who knows. Let's go. I only have 2 scouts. I still have them though. Well, nothing's going to happen. Is anything ever going to happen, I wonder? Can't look at any of them, that's fine. Alright, in we go. The Comitatus descends into the great basin that shelters Kerneckworth Station from the worst of the jagged waste dust and rock storms. Even at this distance from the wall compound you can see the outpost is vastly overcrowded. Dozens of comitati and literally hundreds of travellers swarm the confines of Kerneck Station, which is now surrounded by makeshift camps and improvised mantios. What's going on here? You arrive at the gate. A pair of gruff-looking mercenaries walk out to meet you and give you a half-hearted hail. The first one to speak is a tall, lean, tainted fellow, armed with a barbed spear. God say you folk just keep popping up like rays around a rotting corpse, he sighs heavily. Alright, move your ass over there and try and settle in without a fuss. He points to a large area outside the low stone walls, just northwest of the waste station itself. What's with your attitude, mate? There's a brief pause, then the mercenary sighs again and seems to deflate, his frustration giving way to weariness. Listen, I did not mean to bite your head off, stranger. It's not your fault, it's this. His gaze wanders around the way station with disgust. Now granted, all this crowd was pretty fun and profitable in the beginning, but now the whole place looks and smells like a war camp. Soon after it began, folk started bickering for all sorts of shit. The best camp spot, more water from the well, more food, on and on and on. Fights broke out. Some of our guys got badly hurt when they went to break them up. The other merc spits. You ask him if he knows the reason for the sudden influx of comitati and travellers. There's all sorts of rumours, but you better ask around yourself, because I ain't sure what to believe anymore, the tall fellow answers. And please, just don't give us a hard time, alright? Move your people and stuff to the place I pointed and everything'll be dandy. With that he bows his head and lights up a bogweed reefer. You nod, and we're going. Time to explore. Sheltered in an arid basin, surrounded by walls and guarded by grim mercenaries, Kerneck Station provides all the illusion of safety most travellers crave. Yet a quick glance at many signs of past destruction tells a tale of raiders, rock storms or worse. Despite rebuilding time and time again, it is not long before the jagged waste claims his place for good. Travellers gathered here. Okay. The whole compound is crowded with people, travellers, comitatus, crews, vagrants, mercenaries, warbands, trading house agents, smugglers, prostitutes, thieves, and of course beggars. The largest stone building housing the tavern is filled to the brim with customers, so much so that you cannot get inside for a drink. Luckily, they had the sense to set up a bar outside too, and the kitchens tried to serve as many of the clientele as possible. Should you been to Jackara meat steaks, or fried horvlaver that is, the noise of stench of sweat and booze make you feel like you're in the war camp. He said that, didn't he? Asking around, you hear of several organisations looking for transportation of goods and personnel. Eat and drink with the travellers. After ordering a mug of mushroom ale and some food, you sit down on a bench under dusty awnings and take a look around. There's all kinds of people here. Ferocious looking orc mercenaries arm wrestle with a lot at a long table nearby, laughing out loud at bawdy jokes. A tainted woman juggling knives and with 6 long 3-jointed arms. Intimidating Dragon King warriors in colourful steel armour. Tarkian traders lounging on large pillows around a small portable table with cups of coffee and a hookah. A dwarf selling scavenged junk from the back of a tumble-down cart. Even weird insect people you've never seen before, chittering away in their melodious language. There's some other vagary you can talk to and soon learn the reason for the state of this place. Apparently the Imperial Legions have closed off the only pass through the Sepsis Mountains. That's not good. In the south not too long ago. Turning back anyone and everyone on both sides. This plunged your travel plans and business enterprises of many into utter chaos. People suspect that this is a reaction to the strange earthquake several weeks ago, and the terrible windstorms that followed. The winds have been crazier than usual ever since, and many people engulfed by them complain about having nightmares, constant headaches. Think about the blockade. Small pot-bellied swarthy bandol man, reputedly a spice trader, tells you this tale of his encounter with the soldiers at the patio several days ago. They told him that a new senatorial decree forbids anyone except military personnel passing through the mountains from either direction due to concerns for their safety. No further explanation was given, and it looks like a small army had joined the garrison at Twin Towers, the forts guarding the pass. The legionnaires mean business too, pal, and the bandol trader waved his hand dismissively. I don't advise going down there and playing tough. It is clear that the Imperials truly well shat themselves for some reason, and I doubt they'll tell us the reason why. The blockade has caused great uproar. Must surely continue to do so when more and more people realise that they're practically cut off from the lands and provinces of the south. And if they are vaguely such as yourself, wouldn't have to rethink their destinations. Yep. Something else. Legions. A tall, lean, shard-up woman with long, blonde, braided hair talks about being stopped by a legionnaire patrol and told to turn back during her ranging southwest. You are sure that she and her shady companions are either bandits or slavers? More of them seem to be moving south, I tell you, she spits. There's something going on. Folks speak of coming across crowds of tin heads travelling down the Emperor's Road. He leans closer and whispers, a breath stinking of cheap booze. Some of the strange beasts that roam the wasteland. That ever since the wake, something really bad is crawling all over the south and west. Whatever is going on seems to be connected to the phenomena or the singing winds that many people talk about. Mad windstorms, strange streams and voice on the wind. Ask about the wind. A young but uncharacteristically talkative, Ascolite, novice, has a sizable audience gathered around him as he relates what has gathered on the top of the wind and that have gone mad. It all started weeks ago with that earthquake. People say the epicentre was somewhere southwest of here. Since then, the wind has changed. Almost everyone here has had dreams or heard strange voices in the wind. The further southwest one goes, the more intense it gets. Many of his audience complain about headaches they get ever since they have heard the voices. There is hush talk of travellers going insane and their brains literally burning to a crisp. Though such talk is difficult to believe. Any work? You'll learn that while most travellers are trying to figure out what to do, the representatives of several organisations are looking for vagary, like they call North, mostly talk as shelter. Agents of factions, let's see what we got. A quick survey of the options reveals several factions that are willing to pay you for hauling their cargo and taking some people to Togside shelter in the north. There are the agents of a trading house trying to cut losses, as well as a bunch of shady fellows, probably smugglers, who promise that you will not regret taking them and their stuff to a great city. Another one, some pilgrims who wanted to reach a shrine in the south, now wish to turn back towards the shelter. Last but not least is a company of foreign merchants from the Dragonlands, looking for a new market. Whoever you choose, you'll not be able to strike a deal with another group, and you'll have to make sure the goods and passengers arrive at their destination safe and sound. You know what, let's help the pilgrims out. The deal is struck fairly quickly as the pilgrims are getting very eager to leave and reach Chogsag's shelter. There are 8 of them, all members of the Church of Sergorod. They also carry a sizable cargo of sacrificial wine that they were originally taken to a shrine in the far south. As per agreement, you have to travel to the city without unnecessary delay, and there they will add their remaining supplies to your stores when you arrive. You will be handsomely compensated. Alright. Let's look at leaving the compound and see what we got here. We got 2 places free. +7, does it say? What shall I do? I'm not sure what I can take up there. I'm not sure what would be good. I do have one Jade figurine. Might be able to sell that when we get to Braxius, it says there. Could get a horse. I don't think I need one right now. Alright, I guess we're okay. Load the cargo and put the passengers. 40 wine. Sergorodite pilgrims join your comitatus. After your crew loads the cargo, your new comers take their places on the line and on the carts. They remind you that going anywhere else than Torzag shelter renders your agreement null and void. So we have to go up to Torzag's now. Quick trip up there. Move on. Yeah, we're gonna go up there. Hang on. Down out there. We got no. Oh, we've moved too far. Let's camp. I'm a bit silly. Hey now. And day. Huh? Where are we? Something weird's going on here. Because we're here. Move on. There. Not sure why it was saying 8 and 14 and all that stuff before. One more. Nope. Whoops. Well, let's have a look. Nope. Now, we move on and we camp. Pay now. The first scouts. Now one more. That's a bit of marching, but what music ball I march? I think that might upset people. Right, time to camp. Pay now, end day. You have experienced rising disobedience. Oops. They're distressed and unruly. Something is bound to happen when slaves are disgruntled thusly. Thefts are always a sign that morale and discipline are severely impaired on a comitatus. It appears that this has come to pass with you now, as a random inventory goods from your goods reveals that some of your wares have been stolen. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Could liberate a slave. None of this has got a chance of winning, has it? Well, we'll let it go. The behaviour of the slave does not improve, although it does not deteriorate. Alright, well, there you go. Let's maybe not... put this on. We're getting close to Torzak's shelter, but we're not there yet. Now we'll camp. And then we go here. Up to Torzak's. And we're in. We'll end it there. The comitatus in sight of the nearby shelter settlement, eager to get some well-deserved. What do people who you took say about all this? Seem happy to reach their destination. Everything's intact. Raging one shall give you strength, Vagrus. 150 supplies. Shirts for Sergorod, happy. And got 26 lurk. Okay, so that's where we'll save it for now. And we'll come back to look at Torzak's shelter. See you anon.